It begins with a cave. A scary cave. A cave that kept a boy away for a while. Until it didn't. This is my story of Shigeru Miyamoto. As a child of parents of modest means, little Shigeru was forced to entertain himself. Instead of playing games like you and I do, he had to create games, and then play them. Instead of mashing buttons, he explored his surroundings and marveled at every turn of a forest, a field, a cave. See, there was a cave he came across in his little adventures. Instinct kicked in, and he feared the cave held unknown dangers that kept him away. Might as well have been Cerberus at the entrance. Might as well have been Ganon. In the end, he did enter the cave, and in doing so, he laid the groundwork for the majority of the games that shaped your childhood. The walls and chasms of the cave became the catacombs of The Legend of Zelda. The sense of intrigue, Super Mario 64. As the creator of Mario, Link and Zelda, Donkey Kong, and many more of the iconic names from the Video Game Hall of Fame, his grand desire to turn the joy of his childhood into the joy of children of all ages is one of the greatest forms of charity that I've ever known. What's more is the humility he maintains through it all. When asked why he was tasked with helping Nintendo create the very first video games, he said, "No one else was available." It was during this time of his life where he really found his paintbrush. Video games. Not as a binary brain programmer, but as a free-spirited designer. He's quoted saying that the game that inspired him to get into the video game industry in the first place was Space Invaders. I imagine he played the game, enjoyed the experience while trying to master the controls, all the while wondering, why are the aliens so mad? As with any form of inspiration, it's as much the work that inspires it as the person who's being inspired. It takes two to tango. Shigeru saw what was, and dared to dream about what could be. See, it was the exhilaration of exploring the unknown, coupled with the delight in the sort of games that he wanted to play, that married into the exact goal that was within Shigeru's grasp. He had finally found the way to do what he loved for the rest of his life. It was these inspirations that put Shigeru into the fray with Gunpei Yokoi, the head engineer at Nintendo, just as they were getting into the video game scene. With their powers combined, he saw the likes of everything from Metroid to Donkey Kong Jr. Sorry, maybe not the most popular example, but I love that freaking game. When handed a project, I'm sure the producers of the game were very hesitant at first. Here was this 25-year-old kid from the country who claimed to have a great idea. Then he busted out Donkey Kong, a game that defied the shooting and labyrinthian conventions that dominated the industry at the time. It'd be like a virtual pet app taking over the gaming industry right now, or a battle royale style game that's free that dominates the YouTube gaming and Twitch channels. Anyway, the point remains. Games he designed weren't what was popular at the time, but were about to become popular. Instead of going for the trends, Shigeru set trends. Accidentally. And therein really lies his genius. It's effortless. Well, that's not really adequate. He puts a lot of work into what he designs, but the genius ideas, the genius moments where he comes up with the perfect idea, those are seemingly handed to him by some 8-bit deity just looking for the next big hit. He makes genius look easy. Admittedly, timing and luck played a big part of how Mr. Miyamoto became such an icon, at least if you ask him, but when opportunity came knocking, Shigeru Miyamoto had the means to answer the door. We're forever grateful for all the things you refused to accept admiration for, Mr. Miyamoto, and we look forward to everything you have yet to create. OMJamers out.